My name is Ivy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, hello. So, as much as it really doesn't look like it, I turned 24 tomorrow and I thought I would do a reflection on the past year. I remember when I was 20, I saw Will Derbyshire do a video like this on his channel when he was 23. It was called Me at 23, and I remember my young self thinking, oh my gosh, I need to do that video when I turn 23. So here I am with a bit of a twist on it. Before I get into the video, I kind of wanted to do a very small appreciation segment for those who watch my videos and comment on them. Just know that I love reading all your comments on my YouTube videos, and when you guys DM me on Instagram, it actually makes me so incredibly happy. So I just wanted to honor those who have taken the time out of their day, even if it's just 5 minutes, to actually send me a message, because that is so nice. It is so incredibly nice that people would take their time out of their day to do that. For my latest video, this was my favorite comment. It was so nice and so heartwarming to see, and really encouraging for me as a creative to keep doing what I do. And this is my favorite Instagram DM from the week. If you want your comment or your message to be featured in the next video, comment down below of this video or message me within the next week, and I will choose my favorite to put in the video after that. So without further ado, here's me at 23. This is me. This is my face. This is how my hair looks at the moment. This is where I currently live with my husband. We have 2 dogs, Atlas and Tala. This is a painting I did the other night. We are currently living in a global pandemic, which means I currently work from home all the time. I spend my free time obviously editing YouTube videos, drinking tea, reading a lot, watching TikTok videos, or watching Gossip Girl, again, for the 500th time. So this past year, it was actually the biggest year of my life, I'd say, in terms of growing up and experiencing a real taste of adulting. The day after my 23rd birthday, we had 50 of my lovely close friends and family cramped in a backyard where my boyfriend of 3 years proposed to me. In times like these today, it's so hard to believe that we were able to do that just 1 year ago, when all I literally see is just me and Arnie every day these days. I was a little bit lost back then. I just graduated the year before, worked my uni retail job, applying to dozens of companies a week, hoping they would take on someone who just had a degree and absolutely no HR experience at all. I don't know why I kept pursuing finding a HR job, even though I knew what my passion was and what I absolutely wanted to be doing with my life, which is always something in relation to creativity, film, video editing. I eventually landed my first job. It was like no other job I'd ever done in my life. I struggled with the workload. I got frustrated at myself when others got frustrated at me for making lots of mistakes. I learned how to handle the responsibility, the stress, and everything that came with this job. I did the 9 to 5, feeling worn out and meaningless half the time. The only thing that was getting me through was that I could use this money to pay for my wedding. I saw barely any savings for myself. I planned a wedding. I fought a lot with Arnie about very small details, such as the color scheme or what font we wanted on our wedding invites. I was really tested on whether or not he was truly the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. It was just such a big year, constant work, and then when I got home from work was more work, editing YouTube videos and filming on the weekends, trying to make my side hustle happen. Wedding planning, catch-ups, serving at church. It was a lot. I got into a car accident by the end of the year. My little peaches, which I worked for a whole year and put all my savings towards, was actually written off, and Stormy came into my life. I got and applied for my very first loan in my life. Not so thrilled that that happened, but you know, life does happen, loans do happen, even if I absolutely do detest them with my whole entire being. I made my own doctor's appointments, I renewed my own licenses and passports, I got married. I planned a holiday trip with Arnie and went overseas with him for the very first time in our lives. I moved out for the first time. It was seemingly lonely a little bit at first because my family is Filipino and it's loud, and to come here to just live with 2 people is so different than anything I've ever experienced in my life. But I'm so grateful that he's here with me because he just helps me get through the lonely days more and more. Through all these things, I realized I just grown more resilience to life. My capacity grew larger. God doesn't give you what's in your hands unless He knows you can handle it. I could spend hours and hours daydreaming and wishing for the carefree uni days that I was living before, where I lived with my family, but I realized at some point we've actually all got to grow up. Me at 23, what a crazy, busy, tiresome, yet fulfilling, life-changing, wonderful year. I cried, I laughed, I had so many firsts again. I built relationships, I grew professionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. The main thing I took from this past year is to never give up, to keep going. As long as you don't give up, God isn't going to give up on you either, and is with you by your side always. Trust me, I know. I've learnt this lesson time after time after time, and every time God's told me, I told you so, Ivy. I hope you all enjoy and are keeping safe. Let me know how old you are and what your life currently looks like at the age that you're at right now. Follow me on my Instagram if you haven't already. It's at Ivy_Nicole with 2 E's. I know this is a bit of a different video, but I will see you all next week for a normal video again. Bye.
Whoa!